This camera sucks. That's what you guys came here to hear me say. The new Canon EOS RP. No 24 FPS in 1080p. 1.6 crop in 4K. No dual pixel focus in 4K. No C-Log. Battery life? What battery life? It's an LPE 17. One card slot. Only 5 frames a second. What were you thinking, Canon? You And then on Saturday, I am off to the Chinese New Year Festival, where I will test out the video like 50 to 100% on the photo, and you can still see those eyelashes. So as you can see in those photos, it does a good job. This is a full frame camera for $1,299 as your first camera. This is it, seriously. If you're going to be doing stills and stills only, and that's what you want it for, and yeah, you want to shoot some video of your family holidays, or maybe you're just starting out as a YouTuber, this is a great camera. It really is. You can pick up some secondhand lenses, put an adapter on it, because in the States it's launching with the thumb adapter and the adapter for the lenses for that $1,299. That is a bargain. Video is the next challenge. Actually, before we do video, let's have a look at some images of my daughter. So what I did is I wanted to test out how good this camera would be in low light. So last night I sat my daughter outside in the garden, no other lights around. I gave her my cell phone and I told her to watch some YouTube videos. She has her own YouTube channel, by the way. If you click on the little eye up here, I'll link one of her videos if I can. I think I can. Otherwise, in the description down below. But anyway, the Velociraptors toy shop, go check my daughter out. She's awesome, all of 4 years old. But anyway, I gave her the phone. I just told her to watch videos on it. I used the 24-105 with the adapter on there, and I rocked off some shots at like 40,000 ISO and 1200 ISO, and have a look at these images. Now, obviously, in this type of photography where you're shooting in no light whatsoever, you're not going to expect these sharpest of images, but these images are usable. I am fairly happy, and as a family, if I was shooting a kid's birthday party at night or whatever, as a family person who just wanted memories, that is good enough. I think that that is good enough. I don't know if you think that's good enough. Have a look at them. Then what I did is I added a torch to it about 12-13 meters away. I went and just put a single battery torch on the grass just to light her up a little bit more, and I shot these images over here. So obviously you can see now how the images are slightly better because there's more light in the images as well, and I played around with it quite a bit. I thought it was good. I think low light is good. Yes, there is noise there, but guys, seriously, if you're pushing a camera to extremes, you're going to get noise. So who is going to be buying this camera? This is going to be for people who are moving up from a crop sensor camera, and they're going to get rid of that crop sensor and buy themselves their first mirrorless camera. It's for people who are moving up from a cell phone and want to jump straight into the mirrorless market. That's who this is aimed at. It is also aimed at YouTubers, the guys who are just starting out and currently using like a Samsung S5 to shoot their content on, and it's pretty crappy. You can't tell me that this is not going to be better than a Samsung S5. Canon has a plan. I believe in their plan. They are building a range of cameras around those RF lenses that is going to take this market by storm. Trust me on this one. Right, time to go shoot some actual video because I'm busy talking the camera up and I'm not exactly sure if it can shoot decent video. So let's get out. We're going to head out to Chinatown, go to New Year, have a ton of fun. Okay, so Ben and I are down here at Chinese New Year in Johannesburg. How awesome does the sky look? Look at that. How pretty is that? That's freaking awesome. That's why I love living in South Africa so much, because we get these sunsets. I know you guys in Canada are freezing your asses off at the moment, so yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, we're going to test out this camera. So not a major vlog, but I just want to show you that vloggers can use this camera, I hope. We'll obviously test the footage once we get home and see what it looks like. I am using a 24mm f2.8 STM lens at the moment. So stabilization on the lens, obviously, because there's no stabilization in the camera itself. We're going to go and shoot in really dark, shitty conditions now, and we will see how the camera holds up in these conditions, and then you can make your own decisions about whether what everyone's been saying about the video features on this camera, if it's good, not good, or whatever. I am cheating a little bit, so I'm running external audio because, you know, all of these cameras have got crappy audio anyway. Anyway, let's go check out Chinese New Year and see what we can get. done and dusted here at Chinese New Year. We had a total and utter blast. As usual, I love covering this event. This little Canon RP performed phenomenally, considering the fact that there's no light, the explosions, and all the different light. But anyway, we're going to get home, see what the video footage looks like, see what the still images look like. But I think this camera is something that you guys really need to consider seriously. But let's go home before everyone else decides to go home and we can't get out. Right, see you guys back at the office. My final thoughts on the Canon EOS RP. Let's start off with this. Would I buy this camera? Yes, I would. Would I use it as my main camera? No, obviously not. I mean, you can never compare the RP to like my 5D4 or an EOS R. Although, on that note, if you came to me today and you put an RP down and an EOS R down and I had enough money to buy either of the two cameras, I'd take the RP. The video is good. It's not phenomenal, but it is good. Is it good enough for YouTube? Yes. Is it good enough for a beginner YouTuber, someone who's just getting started? Hell yes. 24 frames a second versus 25? Meh. I think you will live, I promise. Is it good enough for a pro photographer? As a second body, it could actually work. I must say, I got used to, over the 5 days that I had it, the size of the camera, even without that little extra grip on, I got used to it. And having a 24-105 with a converter and that little body at the back actually worked out really nicely, balance-wise, as a video and still camera. With a 70-200 on, it would be a bit much. So once they start bringing out the other RF lenses, it might look a little bit silly. Although that new 70-200 that they've got is kind of stumpy, so I think it's going to work really well on this R system. So yes, I would buy the RP over the R if I had the cash for both of them, because you're getting a full frame camera for $1,299. I've been hammering on about that for this whole video. Take my word on this one. If you're looking for an entry-level, full-frame, mirrorless camera that weighs next to nothing, that works, that shoots great images, that shoots good video, forget 24 frames a second, forget 4K. You can use the 4K if you want to, but forget those things. This is an entry-level camera. You know what you can forget? Forget what Matty said. Forget what all those big YouTubers said, because they were throwing their toys out the cot because it didn't have 24 and it's got a crop and all that crap. Forget all of that. Listen to what I'm saying here. This is a great camera. Not just because it's an EOS RP, but because it's an entry into the RF lens mount system. And that's what this is all about. This is what Canon is doing. They are selling you an entry into those RF lenses, and those RF lenses that are coming are going to be phenomenal. This is going to change the way we look at mirrorless photography. I promise you that. Anyway, I'm going to leave it right there. I think it's a fantastic camera. I think you should go out and buy one. If you are a beginner, go do it right now. Stop watching this video. Don't even wait for me to say goodbye. Go and buy the EOS RP. Now, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this content. I've got the Nikon Z7 coming next week. I've got the new Samsung S10 coming on review next week, and a couple of other little tricks up my sleeve that I can't tell you about, but I promise you I've got something very cool coming up on the channel, an exclusive. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep quiet there. Hit the subscribe button, give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Tell your friends about the channel. While you're at it, please do go watch my first episode of Behind the Lens. Completely different to what I'm doing on this channel. Click on the little eye up here and you can go and watch that. That is sort of behind the scenes into what it's like to work as a photojournalist, which is what I've done for the past 17 years. Very, very different, but I'd really love to hear your thoughts on that. And while we're talking about thoughts, drop some comments down below. What do you think about the EOS RP? Do you think I'm completely out of my mind? Because most of the times I am. This time I think I'm right. You have a fantastic day, and I will chat to you in the next video. Cheers, guys.